Welcome back, guys. This is my second episode of my podcast. My name is Joseph, and we have a special guest today. On my left,
Hi, I'm Natalie.
I'm the sexy Annalee.
I'm Claire.
okay. Before we get into the topic, people want to know who you guys are. So let's go
Most do.
around. Let's go around and say one thing about yourself.
My name's Annalee Manor, and up until recently, actually I was a kid, but who knows? I thought that when there was like electricity shocks, like when like your like blanket, you know, when it like statics, I thought that was like some sign from the gods that I was like a chosen one.
Okay.
And I haven't been told otherwise, so that's what I'm going off of.
I used to eat books.
What? It's fucked up.
Can you elaborate on that one?
That's why you're in art school.
I would read a chapter book, and each page I finished, I would tear out the margin and eat it. What? Are we just gonna like brush over that?
I think you should have disclosed that before we started hanging out.
Yeah, what?
No wonder all your organs are gone. That can't be good for your gallbladder.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
That's a little
terrifying.
Wow. When did you stop doing that?
5th grade. What? It's probably 2nd grade to 4th grade.
Like you ate the actual paper?
Yeah. Like I ate that shit.
What was
Like,
the
why?
purpose?
I like chewed it up like gum and
Like
ate
what
it.
was the intention?
Or I would
behind
make
that?
like a little art thing of like
okay,
chewed
that's
up
a little
paper.
bit more. Wait, chewed up paper,
Yeah, I would, like chew it.
dude. What is wrong?
like
with
some
you?
penguin shit?
Okay.
Okay,
What's
let's
your
go
fun
to
fact, Joseph?
my fun fact. I make videos like.
No,
That's not a fun
veto.
I mean, I don't know if it's fun for like musicians, but I have a violin hickey, which she thought it was an actual hickey.
Show
I
off
did.
your violin hickey,
It's
Joseph.
like right there, but
That's
everyone
so much
has
better.
it. For like non-musicians.
Wait,
It's
so
really
if a
foreign.
musician shows up with a bruise in a new place, everyone's like, ah!
But yeah, that's hickey.
Oh my
Like
god, that's
the
awesome.
music
violin
hickey.
That
One
makes-
time, Joseph, you're gonna get a hickey on like your thigh.
Wait.
Everyone's gonna be like, "Why was your violin down there?"
Natalie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can put my feet behind my head.
Wait, actually,
Yeah.
Show us.
where are you?
I'm not gonna show the
No, she
podcast. It's a
can't.
private
She
show.
She like pretzels her shit up when she's like
Yeah,
sitting in the
like,
bed.
since
She's
I was a
like thinking
kid-
hard writing an essay.
No, like I've been like really
And her legs
flexible
are
since
nowhere
I
to
was
be
a kid,
seen.
and my like I don't understand why, I don't understand how. Like those shits just act on their own accord.
Sometimes Natalie, it'll be the middle of the night,
this is
and
true.
she'll sit up in bed and like look around, but she's not awake, and then she'll fold over, like, and just sleep like that, like
Bitch is
literally
bendy
folded
as
over
fuck.
in two.
Yes, this
Wait.
does happen.
Wait, can you show to the people
Putting my
watching?
legs behind
Yeah,
my
just
head.
one, just half of it.
Okay,
Just one
hold
leg.
on, Here, hold
So-
this. All right, podcast.
Just half. Don't.
There we go.
But she does both all the time.
Wow.
do the splits.
It just popped.
She popped.
Wow. That was
You're
cool.
welcome.
I like my
That was
roommate's
cool.
bendy.
Delicious.
Anyways, let's get into the topic.
Yeah.
Today's topic is cheating. To get started with this, I want to ask you guys a question. Have you ever gotten cheated on by someone?
Yes. Well, it was like complicated, but I consider it yes.
I have not.
No.
That's good.
Have you?
No, I don't think I've
Have
ever
you
gotten
cheated?
No, I didn't cheat. Or I've gotten cheated.
Okay.
Have you ever cheated?
Oh, actually, I did
No.
technically cheat.
Wait,
What?
You did?
Okay, I'll get into this
You
later.
whore.
Yeah.
God, people these days.
But the situation I don't think has ever existed before.
Wait, I don't understand.
Do you want to like elaborate or like?
Okay.
What kind of book eater are you?
Okay.
She's about to be like, one time I was reading Harry Potter and I wasn't quite finished with the chapter yet, and
No,
then
it's
I
like-
picked up another book, and I didn't tell Harry Potter that I did it, but I did.
No. Okay. So basically, I've never had a real boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a fake boyfriend.
Loser.
Wait, what the fuck?
How would someone be a fake boyfriend?
I had a fake boyfriend in Mexico.
How'd you meet?
I lived in Mexico.
You're from Mexico?
No, I lived there for a little bit.
Oh, gotcha.
I took a gap
frolicked?
year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living in Mexico. I meet this guy in like my final weeks there. And I really like him, and I keep hanging out with him. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend by giving me a little poster that he like hand drew.
Oh.
It's really cute, and it was like, "Do you want to be my
That's so
girlfriend?" in
sweet.
Spanish, because he only spoke Spanish, which like I speak Spanish, but like that made its own other issue.
Mm-hmm.
I love
So
that.
I didn't know what to say. So I said like,
Yo no hablo español.
I was like, and he was like, so that means yeah, I guess. And so for like a little bit, we were like together. And then I left and I came back to America. But every time I tried to talk about it and be like, we're not together anymore, he would be like, no, let's talk about it later. So then I came back and we were like technically still dating. Like I was technically still his girlfriend.
Damn.
And he wanted to like come to Maryland and visit me eventually. I was like, no. But I was still very upset about leaving him. So I just like hooked up with a random person to be less upset. It was horrible. So bad. We watched Ratatouille and I smoked up a bong, and it was probably the worst hookup of my entire life. But
Wow.
that is technically cheating.
Did that like turn him on?
Yeah.
Who?
Ratatouille.
No, I know. We're sitting there. I'm
Is that like a sex thing? Like what
we're
was-
sitting there, and he's like, "What do you want to watch?" And I'm like, I'm thinking like one of those scary movies
Oh,
that
that's
like
good.
you
Mhm.
just turn it off within the first 15 minutes because you start hooking up. No, we watch Ratatouille,
That's really weird.
and he like goes to like make his little move, but like there's rats, and I'm like, I want to watch the movie. Remy has
No,
Remy has to eat the cheese and the strawberry together.
Oh, dude, that's
That is an amazing scene. So then at the end of the hookup, I look over and Ratatouille is
No,
finishing up.
that literally happened to me. I was hooking up with this guy, and he was sleeping over, and he really wanted to watch Cat in the Hat live action, and I kept trying.
This is how we bonded, actually.
I kept trying to get out of it. I was like, oh, because it was on Amazon Prime, and I was like, I don't have Amazon Prime, and he's like, don't worry, I'll log into mine. So I'm like, what the fuck? And we smoked a lot, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I can't get out of this. And we turned on Cat in the Hat live action. I'm
Live
expecting
action?
it's scary as shit. Imagine a cat who's really tall, but he's live action. He's not a cartoon.
Who's
Like
the actor?
That's horrifying.
the cat? I don't know.
I think of all Dr. Seuss live action as being Jim Carrey.
Dude,
I just think
low-key, yeah.
yeah.
I think I've actually seen like the picture of the Cat in the Hat. Cat
Yeah,
in the Hat.
true.
Cat in the Hat in real life, online.
You met Cat in the Hat?
No, like online.
In
The
real
live
life
action
online.
thing?
Yeah.
No.
I think I've seen it.
Okay,
Seen the
I
picture.
No,
So-
okay, so this just goes to prove, one, I technically cheated. But then, like, 2 weeks later, I was like, we can't be together. And he was like, yeah, that's
Fair.
clear.
Wait, say it in Spanish, because I can't
No
visualize it.
podemos estar juntos. Is that what you said?
In a way,
My bad.
yeah.
Sorry.
But
Now I'm real close.
2, you should never get really high, then hook up with someone you're not dating while watching a movie intended for children.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So true. There was like way too much symbolism going on.
Like, why do you guys have that common experience? Like, that's a weird experience.
Mhm. I have to recommend Cat in the Hat live action though.
Did you end up
I have
liking
to
it?
re-
It was crazy,
I
but you
have to
have to be
recommend
high when you watch
Ratatouille.
it.
But
Yeah.
that's just like, I recommend Breathing Air. Like, yeah.
Right.
See,
It's just
I've
like
never
a-
had like a weird experience. Like the weirdest movie date experience I've had, this dude was like asking me, like he was like really nervous and trying to make small talk, and he was like, "What'd you eat today?" I was like, "I had a PB&J, like I had some
Whoa.
cereal, like." And that was the only date we ever went on. Just
Oh, I
spoiler.
whip out weird questions. I'm like, were you hugged as a kid? Like, I was like, I actually have a list of interrogation questions that go over childhood, adolescence, present.
Joseph, were you hugged as a kid?
Yeah, were you hugged as a kid?
I mean, of course, when you're young, like, your parents kind of hug you.
Well,
Facts.
No?
I have friends that weren't hugged.
Really? Like
Wait,
who?
really?
Okay, I feel like we
Ooh,
shouldn't
actually,
be saying names on the
Yeah,
podcast.
definitely delete that. She goes here.
But are they like mentally different from people who got
You will
hugged?
delete her name, right? I just said
Yeah.
it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll bleep
Cool.
it out.
Cool. No, she's cool now. She like did
She
some
cool?
she did some introspection. She can like hug people and say I love you.
Mm.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Then what would be a good movie to watch
While
when
you're
you're
nice.
trying to get busy?
Trying to get busy.
Before you get busy, actually.
Once I turned on Gilmore Girls,
Oh God, no! Are you serious?
and we were drinking, and I was like, I'm done with your stupid show. I want something I like. And so,
That's so fair. It has to be something
Insidious.
stupid. So if you like miss plotline, it like doesn't matter.
oh, I watched a lot of Bachelor with one guy,
Oh, that's a good one.
and that was like our like thing. Like we would like talk about the Bachelor.
You know the show You, like the stalker
Yeah,
show.
that's a good show.
I always like watching that for a little bit, but then it was like weird, like
Yeah.
that in the
Because he's
background.
like hacking up a
Yeah,
woman.
like
Here's-
that's weird.
No, the general rule of thumb is you can't put anything on where they have sex scenes in it. Because my friend and this boy that she's still been dating for 5 years, the
5
first time they
years?
hooked up, they were watching Borat on this huge screen. And I look over and they're making out, and on this
You
huge
were
screen
there?
I see this like
Why were you there?
Of course she was there.
it was like a friend thing, like a
Yeah, okay.
like a
clearly.
kickback, you know.
Uh-huh.
But they're hooking up, and on this like huge big screen is the gay sex scene in Borat, you know. So then
And that like really turned them on or something?
no, I mean maybe, but the rule of thumb is there can't be sex in it because then it looks weird when you're like having sex next to the sex, you know.
Okay,
It's
I
like-
see, like parallel
Yeah,
reality.
exactly. So I like to stick with the B movie
Oh God.
Oh.
because
That is
Dude, what is up with
inspires
you and
me.
hooking up to like children's movies? Like that's kind of weird.
The B movie, it gets me going.
Okay.
God.
Back in Mexico, there was someone else who really, really only spoke Spanish. So, but he was like, "You have to watch a movie in English. I'll put on the Spanish subtitles." But so he couldn't read any of the descriptions. So he
You couldn't read either.
no, but the descriptions of the movies were in English. So he picks it. I'm like, "You pick," and he picks this like horrible movie.
What
like,
movie was it?
I've never heard of it, but it was like an English rom-com. But like neither of us could like keep up because we're both like trying to like fill each other in. And, like,
I see.
Because like the subtitles are
Fill
in
each
Spanish.
other in, yo.
Yeah, that was horrible. The language barrier really added to the terribleness.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
But wait, can you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Right.
They both can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. But he
See,
was the only one who couldn't speak English.
He couldn't speak English.
No,
she
a
was
lo-
in Mexico.
a lot of them couldn't speak English. It was just this one in particular. Wow, we just couldn't understand each other.
That's crazy, bro.
But
But he brought me
I
flowers.
thought you could speak Spanish.
No, like I could understand the guy I dated very well, and like other guys, but this one guy in particular, it was like something about the frequency or register of our voices. Wow, like. It was like we were both howling to the moon. Like there was nothing there.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
Speaking of howling,
Oh God.
I asked Claire over the summer before we had actually met in person. We were just talking online. I was like, when you're having sex with these Spanish guys, do they moan in Spanish?
I was low-key wondering
Right?
too.
And she told me they do. So over the summer, I was hooking up
Oh,
with
God.
a very sexy lover who happened to be Mexican. And he was moaning in Spanish. And
What was he
all I could
saying?
think about was Claire.
Oh God.
The whole
You're thinking about
time.
Claire during sex?
Yes, because I was thinking about
Mexican lover.
Yeah, exactly. I was
What
like,
was he? What was he saying?
Well, she was like,
see?
Wait, actually?
Hell yeah. And like, I don't
also
know.
like there's like
Whatever the
some
Spanish
communication. Like
Vamos!
Oh my God. That's a good.
Okay.
That's a good one. I've never
Wow.
gotten with. A
what's your
Mexican
go-to movie?
Go-to movie? I watch Harry Potter.
What? To have sex with people?
No. I don't watch a movie.
Oh, you just like
Ooh,
read
you are the
silently.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm the film.
Wait. Do you guys actually watch a movie though?
I mean,
The
Like
first,
before?
like
first
say
For
you
the
watch
first like
Eight,
5
9
minutes,
minutes.
right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
That's why it's really weird to pick something like the B movie.
Or Cat in the Hat live action.
Because you're working with animated bees right off the bat. But like a horror movie,
Does that not get you going?
the horror movie, like things are just starting to get creepy by the time you turn it off.
Exactly. Also, like the horror movie, you have like an excuse to be like, oh, I'm scared. Like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, if you guys are like awkward and you're actually, I did sit and watch an entire movie, Kill Bill, with someone over the summer, and I was like leaning it. I was like, come on, and nothing.
Guys-
So I've never seen the credits roll while hanging out with a guy.
This just reminded me, my ex-boyfriend from a long, long time ago. Thank you. Sorry, I just like don't want to like you know. Okay. Anyway, my ex-boyfriend from like a really long time ago.
Like how long?
Okay, well, that's kind of depends on like what. Okay.
Year and a half.
A year and a half ago. Yeah, we'll get into that. But like we went to see this was 9th grade. We went to see Aquaman. And like really wanted to hook up, but he like really wanted to watch the movie, so he kept being like, "No, like we're not." I was like, "Why am I here? Like I'm not gonna watch Aquaman." And then it was like,
I would have been mad.
yeah, like I was like, "What the fuck am I? Like, why did I pay for this?"
No.
I don't think I paid for it actually.
Good.
But
Wait, you paid for a movie to hook up?
obviously,
See, I don't like hooking up in movie theaters.
I've
So
never
fun.
gone to a movie with a guy.
Wait, when you guys say hooking up, just like making out.
No.
it
In
could be
the
like
movie
anything
theater.
Okay,
from
wait.
making out to having sex. I feel like.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? You're
Hooking
having sex
up?
in a movie theater?
Absolutely not.
No,
Right?
hooking up.
Hooking up
Oh.
could
Could
like the
constitute
term
sex.
hooking up could be anything from like a little makeout to like all of the above. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
it's like
Okay.
a general term.
I don't want to accidentally make your entire podcast about sex.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. What do you have another?
Oh,
Question.
no. She said she got cheated on at some
Me?
point, so you have to explain what
Okay,
happened.
well, so technically there was this guy that I was like really in love with like at the beginning of my freshman year, and then I started dating my ex-boyfriend. And then we broke up at the end of freshman year, and then sophomore year I was like this kid who I like was now friends with, but I used to really like love him. Well, not love him, but it was like I had a huge crush on him, and he started showing interest in me, and like him and his girlfriend had broken up, but it was like unclear, like they hadn't told anybody, so we started like hanging out, and like we were dating, but like he didn't want to call it dating because he didn't want his ex-girlfriend to find out and then be mad. So he was like, you can't tell anybody. So I didn't tell any of my friends. I didn't tell anybody because I was like, I just want to be with him, like I don't care. And then like that was like the second guy I'd ever kissed, whatever, like it was kind of like a big deal to me.
Yeah.
And then we both went away for like MLK Day weekend or something like that, and I went to California and he went back to where he's from. Oh, we're gonna bleep that out of the podcast, even though he's never gonna watch it. He went back to his hometown, and I had like this really bad like fear that he was gonna hook up with his ex-girlfriend, but we'd never talked about her. I just knew her because I had stalked her on social media, as I always do. And I had this really bad feeling, but I never brought it up to him because I didn't want him to think I was like crazy and possessive. But the whole weekend I was telling my friends, I was like, he's gonna hook up with her. He got back, acting really weird, and then like didn't really talk to me for like 3 weeks. And then finally I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, what is your deal? And then he was like, I'm not in the place to have romantic feelings for anybody. And then, but that was like right when COVID started. So we still FaceTimed every single night until like 3 a.m. until middle of May, and then he finally told me that he had hooked up with his ex-girlfriend on that trip. And like technically we weren't like dating, but when you're like 15 and you're like hooking up with somebody and like seeing them, like that's dating.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
It was fucked, but it was like I couldn't be upset about it since we weren't like official, but I consider it like. And the crazy thing is, like, I knew, like, I had a dream that he cheated. Like my intuition was telling me. And I just thought it was, like, anxiety, but it was, like, my gut. So I, like, learned to, like, trust my gut.
I feel like even if you're not official, if you're like,
Totally.
you owe it to that person.
I mean,
to,
he
like,
was telling me that,
for
like,
him to let you know.
Absolutely. And
Like-
it was, like, he lied about it, and it was whatever. But it was, like, and then I found out, like, a couple months ago that apparently he'd done the same thing to these 2 girls this year at my school. and like they were best friends, and like they were both dating him or like hooking up with him or whatever, and neither of them knew because he told both of them that they couldn't tell anyone because he didn't want that same ex-girlfriend to find out. Isn't that crazy? And I was just like, I can't believe he's still getting away with this shit. But
And also, if it really like wasn't not okay, then he wouldn't have told you. Like, he wouldn't have tried to lie about it.
no,
He
he
wouldn't have
was,
told
and
you not
also
to
he
tell
was so
anyone.
upset because as soon as he told me, like, I like gaslit him into telling me because I was like, oh, I don't care, huh? And he was like telling me about this girl he liked, and I thought he was like being all cute and like talking about me. But then he was like, I was 15 at the time, and he was like, well, she's 16. And that moment I was like, fuck, like he's not talking about me. And then he like finally told me, and I pressured him for like an hour. I was like, did you see her when you went back home? And he was like, well, I couldn't go home and not see her. And I was like, well, did you hook up? And he was like, I don't remember. And then after like 30 minutes, he was like, yeah, like I think we might have. And then he was like, I was really drunk. But he doesn't drink because of like religion. So he wasn't drunk. And then I was so angry. I hung up the FaceTime. I didn't talk to him for a week, like actually like a week. And then he called me like 17 times every single night, was like trying to talk to me and was like, I can't believe I lost my best friend, would like snap me updates about his life throughout the day, be like, I know you're not talking to me right now, but like this happened, it reminded me of you.
Yeah.
It was just like gross. I was just like, why are you, like, what are you doing? Why are you still trying? And then I got back together with my ex-boyfriend, so that was like a bad cycle.
Wait, you got back with him?
Yes, I got back with him like 3 times. Not with this guy.
Oh, okay,
with
okay.
my first ex-boyfriend,
Okay,
like 3 times.
Gotcha.
Freshman year, junior, and senior year.
You're talking about high school, not college.
Yes, I'm a freshman in college, so not
Yeah.
college.
What happened sophomore year?
Sophomore year, we
Clean
almost
girl
got
era.
back together, actually.
Oh.
I wish. Well, we had broken up in April, end of April. And
Why'd you guys broke up?
He broke up with me completely out of the blue and said it was because he wasn't able to treat me right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not your call to make, but okay. He was like trying to like play the victim, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was devastated. It was my first boyfriend. I don't know. It was really sad. I went away in end of June. He told me, he was still telling me he loved me in June, like from April to June. And then he was like, I made a mistake. I want to get back together. And I was like, I'm going to go away on my trip, and then, like, we'll talk about it when I get back, because I want to, like, enjoy myself. Like, you know, I'm trying to, like, learn Spanish and do stuff. By the time I got back, of course, he had changed his mind, and I never figured out why. We went back to school in the fall, and then we were in the same math class, and, like, I don't know what his issue is, but he, like, has an attachment, I guess. And he was like, I want to get back together again. He was going to ask me to, like, homecoming and do all this stuff. And then I was this close to getting back together with him, and then my friend told me that he had been hooking up with one of my very close friends the entire summer, and like everybody knew and no one had told me. So like my friend told me that in a movie theater. We were going to see Frozen 2, my entire friend group, and my ex-boyfriend wasn't there because he was like at a lacrosse tournament. But my friend made a joke about it, like thinking that I knew, because he was new that year, like to the school, like he didn't know any of the like the context before, so he like made a joke about it, and I was like, I like just started sobbing in the middle of the movie theater. It was terrible.
Was
And
this
then-
girl at the movie?
She was not. She actually transferred schools and said it was my fault because I was mean to her. I just didn't talk to her after that because I was upset. But I never like actively was like mean to her. But yeah, it was crazy because she was my friend all the time, always telling me like I had to get over him and that like he wasn't gonna love me again, like blah blah blah, and like I was like, oh, she's just being honest, like she's being real about it, and she wasn't. And yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
She was crazy.
That
And
is
then I got back
crazy.
together with him the next year, so like clearly there was something wrong going, you know. But yeah, I know. And then the year after that too.
Wow.
But-
Wait, you're after that too? You guys broke up again, and then you guys.
So then
got back.
we dated again in junior year,
And then again at the end of
and then
junior year.
no, and then we dated junior year, and then we broke up.
Why'd you guys broke up? that time?
Same reason.
He just out of the blue. He's like.
No,
eh.
he actually this time he stopped talking to me and then made me break up with him so he could be like the
Okay.
victim. And then I really hope that like obviously no one's gonna see this,
No.
but
Yeah, no one's. I'm not
if he
gonna clean it
does,
up.
I mean, he's taken the blame before, like he knows it's his fault. He said that to me multiple times. But then the beginning of senior year, he was like, I would regret it for the rest of my life, like if we didn't try one more time before college. And I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Like, And so I like gave him, I was like, I'm going to give you a week. And if you can prove to me in a week that I should get back together with you, I'll consider it. And
I love that.
6 days in, he was like, I can't do this. So then I was like, he did it at a party too with all our friends there. And I was like crying and crying. There's a period where like I couldn't go to a social event without starting to cry because he was like always doing shit like that at social events. But then my friends, they were like, I almost left because we just gotten there. And he hadn't talked to me for like 3 days. And I was trying to give him space. And I was like, I need you to talk to me. Like, I can't even consider this if you're not going to like talk to me. Like, I don't even care if you're communicating. Like, I just need you to like say a word to me. And he was like, well, if you're giving me an ultimatum, then the answer is no. I was just like, the fuck? So then I was like, I can't believe you. And then I started crying. And then a couple of my friends like came over and were like making sure I was okay. So then I went back to my car. And a couple people like went in my car with me, and then like I was gonna go home, but they were like, they gave me like such a hype up. They were like, you can't let him do this again. Like you can't let, like these are your friends. Like you can't let him like take this over for you. Mm-hmm. And then one of my friends peed on his car tire. And then I went back inside the party, and I acted like I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Wow.
Where's the craziest place you've peed?
To pee?
Yeah.
You have peed. Or to pee.
I mean, of course, outside in the streets, but
No.
Belong to the streets.
Craziest place you have peed.
yeah, peed.
What's the craziest place you have peed?
I peed next to a door that the fire alarm went off and everyone came out, but I was wearing a bodysuit, so I had to stay hunched down in a ball, but completely naked.
The first time I met you, you like were wearing a bodysuit and you stripped and started peeing, and I was like, "What?"
It was that exact
Fuck.
situation, except an entire frat was emptying out
That's insane.
into the driveway, and
you
I had
didn't like stop.
Well, if I stood up, my boobs and vagina would be out. So I chose to stay in a naked little flesh ball.
Did people see you?
Yeah.
That's how I like you best, a naked little flesh ball.
Yeah. They all came out and they were like, every single one was like, oh.
That's so funny.
So funny.
I was there.
I've
Were you just
peed-
like, hey? Or did you just like not say anything?
Maggie was there with me, another friend, and she was just taking some pictures.
But like, did you say anything to the people who saw
I
you?
was
or
like,
were you
sorry.
That's so funny. I love
Yeah,
that.
but I've peed everywhere.
Me
Peed
too.
all over this earth.
I peed in a parking lot at the University of Santa Barbara.
Interesting.
What kind of parking lot? Was it a parking garage?
What?
Or
No. Broad daylight.
Where's the weirdest place that you've hooked up with somebody?
I once
No, that was-
did have
yeah.
sex in a forest.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And people,
Was it like spiky and pokey?
yes, it was.
Were people like there?
Yes, but
Did they see
so
you?
there was people on either side of us, and we were in like a little forest strip in between. And one of us was looking that way, and the other looking that way, so we could keep track of people on either side.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You really thought that one through.
Yeah,
Because I know that when you do it outside, people say it's like
illegal.
no.
No, you get like connected with your.
No, like it's
Oh.
not clean.
Oh, well.
yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
It's like
is that what they
especially like
say?
beach with all the
Oh,
sand
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
It's the same for
people get like
forest.
infected.
I feel like
Yeah.
forest could be like
'Cause you
equally
get
as bad. 'cause all the
sand,
There's a lot
dirt.
of germs
But
outside.
you get like sand up
Yeah.
all your stuff.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
True.
How was it like in the forest?
It didn't feel good, but it was exciting.
That's so fair.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
exhilarating.
Like a very good story.
That's so true.
Do you think cheating is always immoral?
Oh yeah, let's go back to the cheating. Like that was the
Cheating.
But I want
topic. Yeah.
your zoomed out thoughts on it.
Can it ever be justified?
Yeah, can cheating ever be the right decision?
For me, no.
But what if you're like in an abusive marriage or something,
Oh, well.
and you like can't get out of it?
But I still think that if you don't like the person that you're dating, at least tell them that you're not
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
so
into
true.
them.
No, I
and
totally
then do
agree.
something else.
Yeah.
Not just,
Don't be like, fuck
don't
you.
be like the
The dude, yeah.
the dude. Out of the blue, let's just break. Or just doing stuff with other girls and then just,
Yeah.
kind of
It's a good answer.
throwing you.
I like that
out of
answer.
there. So,
Have
What
you
about
ever
you?
considered cheating?
I mean, I feel like for guys, it always comes up.
Oh my god, that's a horrible thing to know.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really.
I don't wanna
horrible.
know that.
And that's why his boyfriend was just, like that.
Uh,
Her,
Wait,
her
how does
ex,
it come
her-
up?
Like, in
yeah,
your
like you
mind?
see another girl. And
I mean,
you're like,
actions are like different than words. That like you can think someone's attractive
Yeah.
without being like, I'm gonna cheat on my partner.
But for guys, their like sexual drive comes up really frequently, like often, more often than girls, I think.
But what is that based on?
Oh yeah, what's your source?
That's based on feeling really horny. Like,
Yeah,
But that's not. There's not like actual evidence that.
yeah, like I feel like that's not
Like
enough
I think
reason.
often we justify males' actions for them just being
Dude,
horny
s-
people, when in reality,
And like women just practice that self control.
Exactly.
I find a lot of guys hot.
mm-hmm.
But I feel like for guys, if they just see something, like see,
Mm-hmm. Men are very visual.
yeah,
Are
they're
you?
gonna get.
I don't know the way you said that was funny. Men are very visual.
They are. They are.
And they're gonna have some physical changes, and then
Okay,
they're
but,
like, "Oh,
like-
I have to do something." It's like, how do I deal with this?
Jerk
And then-
off.
right?
Literally go in the like handicapped stall, maybe lay down.
Ew, you're like way too specific with that. Like, why are you saying these things?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with it.
What about handicapped people?
Yeah, like I just feel like there's no
Claire.
circumstance in which it is okay to hook up with somebody who's not your partner. If you're
Right.
attracted to somebody other than your partner, then you shouldn't be with your partner.
Well, no, I don't think attracted, but I think if you have the urge.
Sorry,
to-
like if you're like acting on
yeah.
something like that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like acting, like action and intention are so different.
Yeah.
What? Right.
No.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
Wait, so I have a question for girls because I'm not a girl.
Really?
Really? Whoa.
So
That's crazy.
how often do you guys
Oh God.
get the sexual sex drive or sexual drive? Because I know I'm a guy and I talk to guys, so I'm like, I know. But like for girls,
Wait, I want to hear the guys answer first.
guys
Probably,
answer?
like, a
I mean,
lot.
I told you it's like if they see something, they'll just
See something,
I
say
think-
something.
I think about
They
sex
change,
all the
yeah.
time.
Why are you saying they change? It sounds like metamorphosis.
Yeah, like, they blossom.
Are you like
Their-
go into a
their
cocoon or
legs and,
something?
like, shed their
No, I
skin.
actually in
No,
a
they
women's health
blossom.
class, and we spent a whole day looking into like girls versus boys, and
right.
there was all these like stereotypes about how often boys think about sex versus girls, and what it came down to was boys are much more like visual, like as I
Yeah.
said earlier, whereas like women like feel the need to like be connected with someone they're having sex with, and like it's much more about like foreplay and leading up to it as opposed to like just seeing a picture of boobs,
Yeah.
Facts.
you know.
Yeah,
like it takes like a lot
dick
of like
pic has
right.
never like
Right.
made me be
Exactly.
Like, wow,
like there's
I wanna hook up
nothing
with someone.
attractive about a dick pic.
Yeah.
I want you to know that, Joseph.
Don't
ever
ever do
send
that.
one.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Promise.
Don't do that.
Okay, good.
I mean, it doesn't look good. I heard that it doesn't look good.
No, I mean
No,
it's like
I
a
think
weird.
It's just like
It's just not hot.
yeah.
The whole porn industry makes it seem like what turns women on is getting like absolutely banged out.
No, that's so true. I feel like
No,
guys
it
think
is
that like
true.
they'll send a dick pic to a girl and they'll automatically be like, "Wow, like I want to have sex with this guy."
And then,
I feel
like-
like out of context, that's not sexy at all.
And women think
No,
like I
it's,
feel
like,
like that
threatening.
is very
It's gross,
isolating
yeah.
to women, because then it's like, well, then women are like, well, shouldn't I be turned on by this? Like, why don't I like this? Like, when really it's just that women are naturally like more connected creatures,
Like more
and
emotional.
more
like,
emotional, and
Absolutely.
like they're just like more focused on like the build up and the foreplay
Yeah.
than like just like one moment.
Quick one pump jump.
How spiritually connected are you with yourself?
What do you mean by that spiritually?
I'm not going to elaborate.
Oh, I just need to come up with an answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I know what I want and what I don't want, and I feel like I know myself pretty well at this age, because I feel like like undergrad, it's all about like, you know, oh, you have to. That's the time where you have to figure out who you are. You have to experience a lot of things. So after college, you know how to control yourself and control your emotions and be disciplined.
Do you feel like you
So-
learned that in undergrad?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because when I first got into college, I didn't know how to manage my time. I didn't know how to, you know, build relationships. I didn't know how to keep a distance from certain people and all of that.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I think people say college, oh, college is not useless. College is useless, and you don't learn anything. But I think college is somewhat useful.
I think so too. I've never heard it's useless.
I have
Yeah.
a follow-up question.
Oh, I know what you mean though. Some people are like, you don't need
You don't
college
need
to be
college.
successful.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The things you, yeah.
It's like life
Right.
skills.
Totally.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question, Joseph. What do you think someone's go-to type of bread says about them? Like, what do you think?
And,
Like,
like, can you
Claire's
think-
picking, like, if she goes in and orders rye bread versus,
I was
like,
thinking that too.
someone who's
Ew.
getting white bread versus
Italian.
whole wheat, Italian.
Ciabatta
Like, what does that
bun,
say
French
about you?
baguette. Shit's great.
Because, like, for me, if someone's getting rye bread, I'm, like, pretentious.
Wow.
No,
I just
think they have
I'm
no
like
taste
fucked
buds.
up.
What?
I'm like, they're fucked up. I'm not fucked up. I'm good.
Gotcha.
What do you think, Joseph?
And so,
State your bread
Mm-hmm.
and what it says about
oh,
you.
I have a question.
I just
Once you're
messed
done.
up.
Yeah, you should do that. I think people who eat bagels.
Bagels?
Wait, does it
That
count?
type of bread. No.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
It's
No, they're not.
Consider
They
a
are.
cracker type of bread.
Absolutely not.
We're
If I'm
thinking expansively
cracker?
here.
If I'm getting a sandwich,
Yeah.
Actually, bagel sandwiches are better than
Yeah.
absolutely. But if I go in,
It depends.
okay, here's a situation for
PB&J,
you.
no.
If you go in,
Egg sandwich,
hey,
yeah.
if you go in, she just licked my.
I was a little scared.
Keep going.
You go in craving a bagel, and they're like, we ran out of bagels, but we have wheat bread. How do you feel?
Depressed.
Awful.
Exactly.
Oh,
You
I'm
can't put
sorry.
it in-
Yeah, we gotta look at
You can't
that.
put it in the same
Awful.
category.
I feel terrible.
I feel terrible too.
So, Joseph, what's your go-to bread?
I can't say bagel.
No.
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 Wait, I think yes.
No.
It has to
You're
look like
being
bread.
vetoed.
Then probably white bread. That's like
That's
the
fair.
basic. You can't go wrong with basic
That's so
bread.
Ooh,
That's so true.
beautiful.
What about you guys?
I'm whole wheat. I think it,
I'm
ha-
whole
it,
wheat.
it has
Whole
that
wheat
like
type
it
of
has a little
person.
bit of tang.
I like the like
The seeds,
oats and
Has
Yeah.
a little bit of pushback.
crunchy. It's like eating with me, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like
No,
It's
exactly.
not like white bread is very passive.
White
Yeah.
bread
It's
is
like just eat the fuck out of me. But wheat bread just
Yeah.
wheat bread pushes back. It's like challenging you to eat it,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
No, eating white bread is like eating boxed mac and cheese, where you can accidentally eat it way too fast and like you feel it all in your chest. And you're
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
like-
Too fast.
I
like
feel
you,
that.
you can eat white bread without really chewing.
I feel like white bread and like
Whole-
hot dog buns are like the same exact idea. Like
Yeah.
you would never like they're just like
Oh,
there.
The first time I choked was on a hot dog bun.
the first time? When was the second time?
Oh, countless. But my mom had to like reach her hand down my throat. and pull it out.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Interesting method.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Who's
It's
Jack?
his birthday. My brother.
Oh.
Who just knocked on
That was
the
me,
door?
my bad.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys eat the crust outside?
What? This isn't Caillou. Of course we eat the crust.
Because some people hate eating those. So they
2-year-olds?
Do you like
For
pizza
sandwich.
crust?
Grow up
Do you like
and
pizza
eat the
crust?
fucking crust.
sometimes if I need more food, but if I don't have any food, then I'll eat it. But if I have a lot of food, then I'll just nah.
So sometimes I have this thing where if I see a box of pizza at parties, I'm just going to take a few slices, rip the crust off, eat the crust, and leave the rest of the pizza in the box.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
That's
I
so
take the Kraft
weird.
mac and cheese approach where I try to stuff all the soft part down my throat.
Bro, what is
Wait,
wrong with
oh,
you?
No wonder you're choking.
Like,
I gotta do a chewing lesson. I just think the crust is the superior part. And my favorite, like, the peak of pizza, just like it doesn't get better from here, is right at that part where it's like there's marinara on it. The crust is really soft, and like that's the best part. I don't like cheese. I love cheese, but I don't like.
No, I know.
I don't like a lot of cheese on my pizza. I like just like the vibe of cheese there. You know what I mean?
Oh, the
like, have you ever
essence.
tried a naked pizza?
What the fuck
Like,
is
with
a
the- without
naked
I'm glad you
cheese?
asked. It's
Without
where you
cheese.
have a piece of cheese pizza, but you take all the cheese off. Naked pizza. But it wouldn't
So
be
it's
good
not
if it
cheese
started off
pizza.
with just marinara. It needs to have the cheese on it so it can be taken off.
Oh, so like it still has like the remnants of that
Right.
taste. Okay.
The essence
I
of
ate a
cheese.
lot of pizza like that because I was vegan for so many years. And
Was
I've-
that so? I have a quick question on that. So did your veganism include eating books, or was that?
Oh,
out
we're
of the
in
question?
separate eras. I just got to high school and I was like, eggs are gross. And I don't know. I was
I eat
vegan.
eggs every single morning.
Now I eat eggs every morning. I eat a turkey sandwich
I love turkey sandwiches.
every lunch. And this all started in September.
I feel like we're on my date where that guy asked me like what I ate in a day. Like, let's switch the topic up here. Like, I don't know.
I like it.
Books? Eating books?
Yeah. Yeah. What time do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up at 11 something.
Oh my
That's
god.
a good
But over the
time.
summer, I was like, I'm gonna get up at sunrise, like 8 o'clock.
8
Why?
o'clock? That's not
Yeah.
sunrise.
Sunrise is at like 6:30 in the
Wait,
summer.
really?
Yeah, where you live?
I thought it was like 7 or something.
No.
Now it's 8, right?
No.
Like 7.
Yeah, it
no,
is
he's right
8.
about
It
that.
totally is.
No, that's-
7:20,
Wait,
like
let's
7,
look way less
7:20.
Let's look what time it is at. That didn't make any
Well,
sense grammatically
I just
speaking.
know that I leave my room at 8 to go to class, and I need a flashlight.
Sunrise is at 7:51.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, in the winter. But in the summer,
It's like 7:20.
So if you didn't set
it's-
an
it's like
alarm, what
6:30.
time would you wake up naturally?
like these days, it's like 11:30.
Annalee is just asking this
These
question
days.
because she pretty much has a sleep disorder because she just sleeps all day long.
I'm not Annalee.
Oh.
Exposed. Exposed.
But how'd you know? I was looking at you, right?
Yeah, 'cause
You
you
look
reacted
shocked.
to me. I was like, no. Okay.
Exposed.
Wait, so how much sleep do you get every day?
If I didn't set an alarm and I went to bed at 12, I would probably sleep 14 hours. Like wake up at like 2 or 3.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
And all I gotta say is if you guys were having the dreams that I am, you would stay asleep too.
What are your dreams?
Yeah.
Mine
Share-
are
share
I
one
can't
of your
explain it
dreams.
Yours
because-
happy?
Oh my god, they're amazing. Mine are like for example, the other night I was sent to Earth
Oh my
to
God,
go
you
on a
told me
mission.
this one, yeah.
So a lot of it's like my alter self being a badass.
I
you
love
know?
that.
And I'm getting sleep.
It's nice.
Mine are like, I'm just so happy to wake up. It's like,
That's
I've
kinda
created
fucked
this
up.
yeah, my whole family has this where we have like really anxious dreams, but it's like,
Maybe you should like take like some sleep or like do some meditation or like.
no, like I'm good, but it's just how the dreams are. But yeah, it's like life is ruined and there is no way to recover, and then I wake up.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
is
That
someone
turned, like,
telling
really
you that?
dark really quickly.
No, I mean all my siblings have it, and one of them is like so mentally good, like he is so good, but he has really stressful dreams, and so does my mom. And like, yeah, that's just how we roll.
Have you guys ever had a dream where you're like trying to run away from someone?
Yeah.
But like
Yes.
you can't.
I was
No, but
telling
you know
them I
what
had
you
this
do?
dream this
Right?
one time when I was like kidnapped, and it was so vivid. There were like scenes in it that were from my hometown, and I like got really scared. And the next day I was like driving past this particular street that was in my dream, and like I started like my heart like started racing. Like I like remember it was so crazy and vivid. It was weird.
No,
was
when
there.
I'm having a bad dream or like someone's chasing me or something like that, I just kill myself and I wake up.
Dude, that's crazy because
I don't
people
have
say
the
that if
free
you
will.
die in your dreams, you die in real life. I've never died in a dream.
I've
I
died
die in a dream all the time.
time.
That's how I wake myself up.
How do you
Are
kill
you sure,
yourself?
are you sure you
though?
don't wake up right before you die? Because that's what everyone always
Yeah.
says. Is like you never actually see yourself die because we don't know
No.
what the concept of death is like feels like. So
So
we
that's why
can't
we
have that
wake
in our
up.
dreams. So you wake up right before you die because your brain can't like process that concept.
Yeah,
No,
so I
I've,
think
like,
that's
fallen
why.
off a cliff and it's like
You hit the
and I wake
ground,
up. Yeah.
like you splat and you're dead.
No, I
No,
actually
I
am
don't
with you.
stick around.
I'll,
I just
like-
wake up.
Right,
once I hit
right
the ground.
before
you-
no,
right
I hit
before
the
you
ground
die.
and
Mine
wake
is
up.
if I like jump off like a mountain, I wake up while I'm in the air.
Totally.
Oh
right,
no,
because your
I
brain
like
doesn't
wake
know
up
how
on
to-
impact.
That's crazy.
That's
Same.
weird.
You do? What are your dreams like?
It's like it's usually I'm on like a building and I'm like falling, just like
Oh,
looking at
God.
the
Wait,
ground.
every dream?
Mhm.
Like when I'm having
your
like,
falling
falling
dreams.
dreams.
Okay.
But I think that means that you're growing.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know where I got this,
Oh.
but that means you're growing.
Have you guys ever had, I almost said upside down dreams. What I meant was repeating dreams.
Yes.
No, I'll have dreams where I'm like, we're back.
Sometimes I'm not sure if
I'm
it's a
like,
repeating
it's back
dream or if
again.
I just had it that one. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'm like, I feel like I've had that dream before, but you don't know like.
No,
is it-
mine
I'll
are
be
like,
like, my
no.
dream will
No.
start, and I'm like, oh, we're back in this dream.
Exactly.
I'm
like,
not,
I
like,
won't
aware in
remember
my
In like
dreams.
this world.
Once I get into my dream, I'm like, oh my God, I've been here before.
Yeah,
and then I remember
exactly.
that I've had that same dream. a few
Exactly.
times.
That's so
And
weird
it's
because I'm
like-
not like conscious. Like when I'm dreaming, I'm not aware that I'm dreaming.
No, I totally am.
Like I think it's like real life.
I'm like aware that I'm dreaming. I just can't control anyone
Absolutely.
else.
I'm the same way with that.
I can't. You can
But
you
I
could
d-
like control yourself in your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I just like do my
Yeah,
things.
but one thing that's weird about my dreams is I'll try to like walk around or like a lot of times I'll try to scream or talk and I can't. Like I just can't talk or scream and it's really
weird.
scary. Another weird dream I've been having recently is that people keep handing me babies and I don't know how to hold them. Like I keep like dropping them on accident or something like that. And I've had this repeating dream so many times.
Wait, you guys can control yourself in your dreams? I feel like my dreams is more like I'm watching. Are you like, okay, do you see yourself or do you see it like
both.
through your eyes? Because
No,
I
I'm-
always see myself.
Mine's always, oh wait.
Because I can never control. I'm like watching a movie or something and it's just me in it.
Sometimes I'm watching a
like playing
movie.
a video game. I'm like moving that bitch around.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting. What about you, Joseph?
Yeah.
My dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I usually forget.
Yeah, okay,
When
that's true.
like, I would remember the next day. Then, after like time passes, I would just forget everything. Wait, do you guys remember your dreams?
Oh my gosh,
Some of
yes.
them.
Some of
Some
them.
of them?
Most of
Sometimes
them. In the morning, I just remember
I
them.
have some that will be so like emotional and sad that I have to write it down right when I wake up.
Sometimes it'll like
Oh.
like the feeling of it will stick with me throughout the whole day.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I
my
feel,
day will be
weighed
influenced.
Yeah.
Because I know that not having a dream means that you didn't get a good sleep.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
If you get into REM, that's when you have dreams. And that's like a good, like, deep sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we're not supposed to remember our dreams.
No, cause like if you smoke weed and then go to sleep, you're not like getting into your REM sleep, and that's why you like don't dream really when you're high.
Dude, that's crazy.
Guys, what do you think would be the best makeshift condom? Because I'm thinking saran wrap.
Saran wrap?
No, I used to think about this all the time for like
Okay, that's
pilgrims.
weird.
No, if pilgrims had like come up with
Tinfoil would hurt your
like
insides.
yeah, what the fuck?
I was thinking like a Ziploc bag.
No, I used to think I got in depth with this question with myself for maybe ages 12 to 15.
That was after she was eating books, just for the timeline.
This is
Did you use a book?
This is
I think that would be a good one.
post book pre-veganism. Okay, so this is my natural condom phase. You could take like the skin from an animal
Ew.
and like dry it around the penis,
Ew, okay, let's
and
stop.
then-
Nope, no more.
or like take like a membrane and like
A membrane.
yeah, from like an animal.
I think
what is a
back in
mem-
the day, people actually did something like that.
I'm getting
No,
really
they-
disturbed.
Honestly, I would
did.
rather
Yeah.
use that. Like,
They-
you know,
I'd
nothing
rather
grosses
use
me out more
that.
than the lubrication that the condom comes
I
with.
You can get
love
one without
the condom
that.
lubrication.
It freaks me out.
I'm like, oh,
Like, wow.
cool.
We are like exposing our like sexual secrets on this podcast. It's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
You know what?
I'm not
Joseph.
though. Just these
Yeah.
two.
What are your
I'm a-
thoughts on umbrellas?
Like literal umbrellas they use when it's raining.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking about my favorite invention that didn't require a lot of, like computer
Thought,
science.
yeah.
Mhm.
Fork.
Just like something that I could build.
Fork.
And I came up with umbrella. Like, it's such an
You could build
interesting
an
idea.
umbrella.
What?
You could build an umbrella.
Was that a question?
Yes.
I mean, probably.
I mean,
Wait, what about umbrellas though?
What's your favorite invention?
Oh, not umbrellas though.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think jackets are my favorite. invention.
Jackets.
Yes.
Wait, why?
Because it's fucking cold here, and I'm cold. Except it's
Like 78.
oh my god, it's 78.7 degrees in this room.
I feel like I'm literally in the womb. Like
I feel like I'm in hell. All right, next question.
I have
Nice
one
question.
for you. Did you know what MFK is?
Oh god.
Marry, fuck, kill? Marry, fuck, kill, but with the Super Mario Bros. Cast.
Wait, so
Peach,
with a
the
the
Super
dinosaur,
Mario?
and Luigi.
I think
Marry,
I
kill.
would kill Bowser.
Oh, like that.
Bowser, I feel like, would have some really kinky sex.
I think I would.
You're actually so right. I low-key would kill Luigi. Like he probably boring.
No, Luigi is hot. husband all
I
the
would
way.
fuck
But then what about
Peach.
Peach?
Yeah.
Peach is kind of she's a little
vanilla.
whiny.
She is a little whiny. Like, she expects everyone to do everything for her and save her. Like, get off all your ass. Like,
Yeah,
do
like,
something, bitch. Save yourself.
Exactly.
No, I would fuck Peach, marry Luigi, kill the
Bowser.
dinosaur.
Dude, I used to tell everyone that
respect that.
Bowser was Peach's father. I, like, made up a whole story about it. I was like, that is her father, and, like, he is the father of her and Daisy and Rosalina, and they're sisters.
Rosalina is hot.
Rosalina was so badass. Holy shit. With the star, I was, like, obsessed. But, anyway, the story was, like, he's her dad, and he, like, doesn't want her to be dating Mario. So, like, that's why he, like, comes and saves her. I, like, never
so
thought about it as, like,
funny.
him wanting to, like, steal a really pretty, like, princess, and I never thought about it until, like, right now.
Wait,
actually.
okay, let me ask you.
Wait, the Luigi thing or a different one? I'm like, you guys are throwing so many questions.
I know. I
at
feel
me.
like we need to let Joseph ask the question. Like, this is his Gotchu Gotchu. Like, this is Gotchu Gotchu. Like, we don't got him right now. Joseph, what else is on your mind? Like, what are your burning questions that you
Oh,
have
right
for
now.
us?
I only had questions about when cheating.
Yeah,
Well,
are there
like,
any
just
are
like
there any other important ones that we didn't cover?
Oh, let me see.
Joseph, I do gotta let you know, my bedtime is coming up.
Gotcha. What
All right,
time,
do you have
what time
any,
do you go to
like-
bed?
Let's get,
Let
like,
me
one
see.
last, like, good question.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Gotchu Gotchu.
Okay, I have one. So before I go into this, how'd you guys meet each other? I want to know.
Annalee is my roommate. I met her on
No, let me set the
patio.
scene. I'm laying in my bed in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a wonderful day, and I'm looking for a roommate. And I post on one of those pages.
Oh, the
that's
Michigan
like, hey, I'm
house.
Claire. Like,
housing.
yeah.
Yes.
And she DMs me.
Okay,
And-
let me
So
reset the
nice.
scene for you.
And she's like, you seem really nice, but I'm in LSA honors housing. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm not. But then we just kept in touch for the rest. That was in like February. And then we met in August
Mhm.
in real life.
Let me reset the scene.
Yeah.
So I DM'd her in February when like early action decisions first came out because she was one of the only ones who had actually posted.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, this girl's so adorable. I just want to squeeze her. She was like standing on the beach and I DM'd her and she responded to like me twice and then she ghosted me for like 6 weeks. Wow. And I was so sad because she seemed so cool. And then, out of the blue. And my last question was, oh, that's awesome. What kind of art do you do? And like 2 months later, she responds, like, I paint.
Yeah, why did it take you 6 weeks to respond?
I just turned off my phone. I never turned it back on. Like, it was in one ear, and I don't know. Sometimes when I'm online, it just feels like I'm not really there. So I just like closed out of my DMs and just then someone else DM'd me, so someone else was at the top, and then it just floated away. But then we started talking again, and then we chatted all summer, and then I met Natalie and Annalee on
Yes.
their
Welcome
first
week.
days here.
Because we were both looking for a roommate at the same time. And then I found Natalie on like a patio group chat, like a different
Yes.
platform. And we were both in honors housing. So I found her.
She was
and
the only normal person on that list. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You just call me normal?
Well, I mean, like, relatively.
Yeah, that's true. We were like
Everyone
the
else was
only-
interviewing
I was
me,
so
like-
excited when I heard that she smoked and drank. Like that was a huge relief for me.
Yeah.
So basically, I am the bridge of the friendship.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Annalee
gotcha.
brought
Gotcha,
us
gotcha.
together.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Final question.
Yeah.
I'll let you
Yeah,
take it
you-
because you're the
you
podcast.
steer
lead.
Yeah.
it.
What's your last
Steer
final
it.
burning
Final?
desire question?
Should I go back to the cheating or should I just
Whatever your heart
Anything.
desires.
Feel it
Oh, just
inside
feel
of
it?
you. I've been
No, whatever your
your
heart desires.
spontaneity.
Like, whatever
Gotcha.
question you want to ask.
It's hard because I don't want to like ruin you guys' friendship at the same time.
No, don't ask us.
No,
no,
I'm just
no,
kidding, I'm
no.
just kidding.
Don't ask us anything negative
What?
or
Something
positive.
positive. Positive.
Okay, but not like what's your favorite thing about each other? Because
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'll go back to cheating.
Okay.
Would you guys ever date your friend's ex in the future?
no.
You guys are good
No.
friends.
Oh, of us?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like
Each other's
other.
exes?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I think Chase is super cute. Just kidding.
I think
Chase,
Chase is
wait,
really
who's
cute
Chase? Let me-
too.
let me
Chase
see
is
the
my
picture.
boyfriend.
Anyone
Wait,
can
can I
have
see it? Can I
Frankie.
see it?
I'm
Do you want to see Chase?
Yeah, yeah.
I dropped my
Like,
phone, but
like-
I'll show you. He's my lock screen. I'm seeing him in 8 days. Ah, damn it. Hold on. I have all my notifications. God, people are trying to buy my hockey tickets. This is crazy. This is Chase.
Wait, Annalee. So
Yes.
if Chase is hot,
Yeah. But I'm just going along with you.
but you're not gonna like
I would
have
never
something.
be in a situation.
after they broke up though.
No, absolutely not.
It's not saying that you're gonna break up.
Okay, continue.
No.
No. Gotcha.
I feel like that comes up a
Gotcha.
lot in high school and middle school because you're like dating the same people and you all go to school together. But I think once you move on from that, it's a really immature thing to
and
do.
you
Yeah.
make that like conscious decision to seek someone
Absolutely,
out.
yeah. Chase is objectively a cutie and a sweetheart,
He's
but
so
it's
sweet.
not in a way that I personally
He's
am like
very
attract.
sweet.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't feel like when I see you talking to Chase, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy that you have that,
Totally.
and like I love how he makes you happy,
That's good.
and he's like a super cute guy. I can see that he's a really good person, but I could never disassociate him with you.
Totally,
like, I
that's
feel like
something
you guys
my
are
best friend and I would
connected.
talk about at home. Would talk about this all the time because it's like a lot of my friends dated my ex, and a lot of people were like dating each other's exes in high school, and it was just so immature. But my friend told me, she was like, I will never see. Well, I'm just gonna say like X, like that person. I will never see X as anything but like your ex-boyfriend, or I'll never see like this person's ex-boyfriend as anything but this person's ex-boyfriend.
Mhm.
So it's like
Gotcha.
people would always be like, oh, you guys would be so cute together, and she would be like, I would never be able to disassociate like this person in my mind, like that is their label, is they're someone's ex-boyfriend.
Mhm.
Which is like, I think that's the right way to go about it, because if you're dating your friend's ex, then you're not their friend.
Okay, Claire.
Yeah. No. Mostly because my friends and I tend to have. Well, also because, ew, I wouldn't do that. But it wouldn't even be an issue because my friends and I tend to have incredibly different types.
So no Chase.
No.
I keep using.
I
it
love
as an
Chase.
example.
I love Chase
I
too.
love. I pick up the phone
She does pick up the phone.
and I'm
it's
like, Chase, I love you.
Wow.
And he's like, I love you.
Good stuff.
And Annalee does it, and then Natalie will get the phone eventually.
Yep.
Mhm.
But
It's a
yeah,
perfect
no,
order.
What
it
about
will
y-
not be an issue.
What about,
about
you,
you?
with
Yeah.
Chase?
Would you date Chase?
I mean, I'm a guy, so
So, you're saying guys can't like guys?
personally, I wouldn't. But
If you were a
Would
girl.
if I were a girl,
Oh,
I would not date your ex.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I wouldn't even talk to him.
You know what? You're a good friend.
I
for
wouldn't
that.
even make like a relationship with him.
That's
because it's
that's how it
awkward.
should be.
yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Fair.
Your loyalty to your friend should come first.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Oh.
beautiful.
Did someone just fall?
No, they
Did they
sli-
fall?
I think so.
That
Let's see what
noise?
temperature it is
Okay,
in
we
this
gotta-
room
we
now.
gotta cut
It's
this.
78.8.
Well, it got cooler though for some reason. I don't know. Is it just me?
No, I feel
No,
like I feel like my
exhaled
eyes
really
are.
loudly.
I feel like my eyes are actually closed, and they have been for 45 minutes.
Well, this has been
Yeah.
lovely.
Incredible episode.
A lovely episode of
Thank you for having us.
Gotchu
on
Gotchu.
No.
We love you.
Thanks for watching.
Peace and love.
Thank you so much. Maybe I'll see you in the next video.
Bye bye.